So yeah, I'm gonna mention realistically it's just one, but one of the things that is on here that was released is there's a Full Metal Alchemist, which is more specifically what referred to as, because there's two Full Metal Alchemist and Brotherhood. I kind of like both of them. They're both good for separate reasons. I kind of like the idea of like raising the dead does pseudo work by just making a copy which has really dark effed up ideologies. There's more into it than that. But I also like the new one because the new ones I'm not more faithful. I watched both before I watched the manga. I'm not gonna complain. But I do like the idea that it's like this thing that's like this country just did this to try and just do this insane idea for one. I like both. That's all I'm saying. But Full Metal had a movie which was released this time. I'm not gonna say if it's better or not because guess what? That's the only thing that I haven't watched. Is I think the thing that we go to, because the twist in that spoilers of that is if you go through the thing, if you go through the gate, it goes to our world, which is so dark and so effed up, and both Full Metal and sort of our World War II world combined and do this insane thing. I want to watch it, but I've heard a couple of people haven't said it's that good. Maybe it doesn't update the list, but I do want to watch it. The other one that I am going to say, which is going to be another time, but I'm going to say, I'm not going to say for all of it, maybe fifth. There's a couple I do like, some I don't. Maybe I will mention it. Saw 2 didn't get the cut. I have watched it. I do, and this is also one of the ones that would work for like the 1-2 because Saw 1 and Saw 2 do kind of work because you have one character kind of in both. I think that maybe would be a better one. That's besides the point. What's this? Corpse Bride. I like Corpse Bride. I think it's sort of, I forgot his name. Tim Burton did this, I think. I do love it. I like the music. I find it really fun and really interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Recently there was been a review this year by Nostalgia Critic, and there are a couple of points I'm like, fair. And then there's a couple of other points I'm like, no. So in this, two things that he pointed out. One, you don't get too many songs. I think there's like three. You have the beginning song, which I do like. I do like the beginning song of like the two people. I always saw it a bit different, but I fully would be like, I might be misremembering it because in Nostalgia Critic it says like, oh, it's two people being like, oh, both of them have money and we're going against each other. I always saw it as the idea of like one has notoriety but no money, and one company has money but not really big in. They're not posh. They're not with the society. They got a lot of money, but it's in an area that's like, I don't know. I might be misreading it completely, and both don't have money, and that'd be hilarious. But my favorite song is one that I think I do agree with his thing somewhat, where it's Spare a Tear, I think it's called. I like the song. I do like that idea. That idea of like that two things. He also, I think, said make this on stage. I don't know how you would add more songs. That would be interesting to think about. But if someone was like, yeah, do this on stage, yes, please. Like, if I can watch more of this type of stuff and put this on Broadway stage, I would do that. I know realistically the thing about it that makes it cool is the animation, and if you take it to that, is the, making it live action stuff, which is fair. But I made Lion King on stage, so I think they could do something, and if you sort of do some stuff, you might be able to do it. I don't fully know, because I don't know how you're going to do the skeletons, which would be impossible on stage. You would have to like reword that, or like redesign. You could do some things, but that would be a fun idea to do overall. Maybe it's because again, I just like Corpse Bride. I know realistically when it originally came out, it didn't do too well, I think. But I love it. I like it. I find it really fun. And again, it has one of my favourite Halloween songs. Not my favourite Halloween song. That goes to a song of This Is Halloween. And I will never... But, yeah. I do love it, and I do think it's I really do think it's one of a really exciting sort of movie. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and good night.